Hi, I'm Drex, and this is Introduction to Poi Spinning. In this video, we're going to cover the 3-beat weave. This move is one of the most recognizable and popular moves in all of the poi world. Most people, when they first come to poi and want to learn how to do it, are thinking about this move on some level. So what makes a 3-beat weave so special? Well, they're similar to 2-beat weaves, but with one major difference. You're constantly switching which hand is on top in the pattern. This results in a move that is constantly twisting and switching which side of the body you happen to be turning on. The 3-beat weave is actually a deceptively difficult trick to get down, but fortunately I know 3 different techniques for getting it. Let's go through each and every one of them. To start with, we're only going to need one poi. I usually start this in my dominant hand, that is my right hand. I'll have it going forwards in wheel plane on my side. My left hand I'm going to stick straight out in front of me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start tic-tacking my right hand back and forth, making sure that it always stays above my left hand. If you've played around with your 2-beat weaves, this should actually feel very familiar to you. Once this starts to feel natural, I'm going to stop my right hand over here on my left-hand side. And at this point at which the poi is coming forwards past my shoulder, I'm going to let the movement of the poi carry it around underneath my left hand. From here, I'm going to tic-tac back and forth once again, but this time always keep my right hand beneath my left hand. Once this starts to feel natural, I'm going to start chaining all these pieces together, going over my left hand, around under my left hand, and back. Over my left hand, under my left hand, and back. I'm going to try and get it in only a single beat in each of these spots. That is, each time I go to one of these spots, I'm going to let the poi head go underneath my hand only once, so that I go over my left, under my left, and back. Over my left, under my left, and back. It's really important as you're doing this that when going from over to under, you keep that right hand and poi over on your left hand side. It's not over, open, under. It is over, under, and then back. Say that to yourself as you're doing so, because counting this off, it's really important that you get only 3 beats out of this move. You have your over, under, back, over, under, back, over, under, back. Once you've got that down on your dominant hand, it's time to try and learn it on your non-dominant hand. That is, my left hand. I'm going to stick my right hand straight out in front of me, and once again, I'm going to practice going over, under, back, over, under, back, over, under, back. And in that way, I'm going to teach both of my hands how to do this movement, which actually winds together and interlocks. When I try doing it with both hands at the same time, I'm going to try getting my right hand to go over, under, and then back, over, under, and then back. Left hand, same story. It's going to feel like it's going over, under, back, over, under, back. When that feels natural, you've got the 3-beat weave down. Another method we can use for learning the 3-beat weave is to actually bring back the 2-beat weave from the last video. To do this, we're going to start off with the 2-beat weave having the right hand on top, doing 3 reps of it. We're going to stop and we're going to switch over to using the left hand on top. 1, 2, 3 times. We're then going to try and do only 1, 2 times with the right on top, and 1, 2 times with the left hand on top. Once that feels pretty natural, try just going straight back and forth between them. Say doing right on top, open, left on top, open, right on top, open, left on top, open. You're going to find that it takes about an extra half of a beat in order to reset so that you can switch up which hand is going to be on top. Once that feels comfortable, it's time to actually switch this into a full 3-beat weave. This is how that's going to work. You're never going to let your hands uncross again into wheel plane. Essentially, if I'm starting with my right hand going to the top, I'm reaching over, and I'm going to let my right hand stay over on the left-hand side until I can get my left hand around on top of it, like so. This means that my right hand actually gets to have an extra beat right underneath my left armpit, as my left hand is getting above and over it, and leading back to the right-hand side. Again, I have the right hand go over and wait while my left hand gets over it. Yeah? Try the same thing on the other side. Trying to get the left hand over and then the right hand over on top of it. As this happens, the left hand gets its own extra beat underneath your armpit. We want to go back and forth between these until they feel relatively natural, and then we should be able to just smoothly and continuously go back and forth between these two moves. Remember, you never want your hands to open back up into wheel plane. You want to keep them crossed over each other, and just switch which hand is on top as you go from side to side. When you go to the left side, the left hand comes on top. When you go to the right side, the right hand comes on top. Thinking left, right, left, right. Our final technique for learning the 3-beat weave is going to involve turning the upper part of our body slightly to the left. Once we do this, we're going to go ahead and splay out our arms to their individual sides. And then we're going to go ahead and cross our arms by bringing left hand up and right hand down. When we've got our arms crossed, we're going to turn all the way over to our right hand side. And we're going to uncross and then recross our arms with our left hand going over and then back around under, the right hand going under and then back around over. We'll go ahead and turn back to our left hand side and both unwrap and then rewrap with the right hand going up and around and the left hand going down and around until we're back in a position where the left hand is on top. Go back to the right hand side and reverse. Essentially, every time you make a turn, you're going to switch which of your hands is on top by having them go around in a nearly complete circle. As you do this, you're going to begin having whichever hand winds up on top performing an additional beat on the side of your body that it winds up on. By doing this, you're going to start being able to transition easier back and forth between the two sides. Start off by counting 1, 2, 3 beats, switch which hand is on top, 1, 2, 3 beats, switch which hand is on top, and use those 3 beats to help yourself get around each time you make a turn. Then start to work your way down to 1, 2 beats, 1, 2 beats, 1, 2 beats, 1, 2 beats, and then down to just 1 beat, 1 beat, 1 beat, 1 beat. When you can get it to the point where you're only performing a single beat on each side of your body, congratulations, you're now performing the 3-beat weave. Three-beat weaves are one of the most beautiful and distinctive tricks in the poi world. In the next video, we'll cover how you can add a little bit more movement with them, turning back and forth and being able to get a little bit more body movement into it. Thanks for watching and enjoy the flow. Peace.